My eyes were quick and light. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. And I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood almost straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all, and I still believed in my dreams. Guitar.
I could use a new, beep, So this is good. This is good.
All right. Hello. Remember, you can always give us a call at 802-870-6928. That's our phone number. You can call in, leave a voicemail message about anything. We'll play it on the show and talk to you. Well, we won't talk to you, but
we will not talk to you.
We'll talk to you through the podcast.
Yeah.
And also, you can guess what we saw at ohyabigtime.tv/guess. And if you do guess what we saw, you'll win a $500 Visa gift card. We'll talk about that more later. But yeah, those two things are important. Also, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And rate us.
Rate everything,
rate
everywhere.
Us I don't want to give them too much because they won't even do one of these things.
That's
most
true.
of them.
We have to start somewhere.
So pick one of those things. Call us, guess, like, subscribe, rate. You can do one of those 5 things. I swear to God, it takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, if you've ever laughed from us, we deserve some compensatory reparations.
Yes.
Hand it over, brother.
Hello and welcome to Oh Yeah Big Time. This episode is not brought to you by new shower curtain rods. Do you want to wake up in the middle of the night in a total panic? Do you want everything on your bathroom sink to get knocked off in a chaotic calamity? Well, introducing new shower curtain rod. They'll stay up for a few weeks, maybe a few months, and then just fall down completely at an unexpected time. New shower curtain rods. Find out how you'd respond to the first 10 seconds of a home invasion with a new shower curtain rod. Yes.
It is a test. And I'm always unprepared.
It's not, it's always in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's never like watching Netflix and like, oh, it fell down.
No.
It's always dead asleep in the middle of a bad dream.
I feel like this didn't happen. Like for the first half of my life, no shower curtain rod ever fell down.
I don't even think it was an option.
No?
It just felt like it was part of the foundation of the home, that it was just like melded there. There.
But now, it's like, ever since like 30, they fall down every few months.
All the time.
And I've lived in like 15 different places.
15?
Probably like between apartments and, yeah.
Okay. Not 15 cities.
No, like 15
abodes.
15 abodes and most of those, they don't come with, you put up your own shower curtain rod.
Even the worst places I've lived, like with bad walls that should not be holding anything, always stayed steady and true.
I don't understand what's going on.
I mean, I don't know how much a shower curtain weighs, but it's not like leaded. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's probably like...
It's light plastic.
Maybe 3 pounds? And it comes
soaking
down
wet, which they don't get wet, but
they could. It's so loud. It's like what? The amount of material going down, you'd think like a bomb went off.
Right.
But it's just like...
It sounds like somebody kicked in a window and fell through the rest of the way. It's insane.
Does.
But I bought shower curtain rods from Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Amazon, and they're all doing the same thing now.
It does something to you. Your soul every time.
We have to do something.
Why?
And I'm sad to say, We have to take Pat J. Pespas down.
Why? Why Pat J. Pespas? Because he's home?
No, because the camera is having the camera doesn't know who to look at, you or Pat. And so it's creating an effect. Look at that. Yeah, we gotta take him down.
I'm gonna have to like rip him off.
You have to rip Pat off the wall.
I don't want to rip him off.
We can't have a face there.
I thought I was gonna have to really.
Well, we also have to take down that square because it looks so bad.
How is this even? That's flimsier than a new shirt and camera rocking wad. Well.
Sorry, Pat. But the good news is.
This is God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I knocked over the light. How's that light?
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah. The good news is that Pat has returned.
He's home after probably 3 weeks.
It's been a few weeks, yeah.
No explanation of where, but he is home and he is now gone from our wall.
Sorry, Pat, but
what were you talking about?
Shower curtain rods.
Shower curtain rods. Yeah, they never did that before.
What I did is I finally got on Amazon a like shower curtain rod bracket that adheres to the tile with like 3M adhesive backing tape. And so you have this shower curtain rod bracket that has little ledges that the shower curtain rod sits in, and then you tension it. So now not only do you have tension, but you also have bottom support. So
double layer protection.
I think we've hacked the shower curtain rod.
Is that the first time we've tried that kind?
Yes.
I've never put up a shower curtain. It seems self-explanatory, but I don't know how to...
You extend it, and then you twist it clockwise to tighten it against the wall. And you keep...
Apparently you need to do more than that, because they're falling all the time.
Right.
Scaring the bejesus out of us.
They really don't make things like they used to.
It is weird.
And people would say that like back in the 90s, but...
Even worse now.
Even worse now.
It's weird to have those fight or flight moments, you know? Because it is like, how often do you have like a survival moment? Like someone broke through the window, has fallen through the bathtub, and I'm just going to lay here and hope that they don't come in more. If the bad man's come through the front door, I'm just going to...
I know what I'm going to do. If an attacker comes to the front, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the nightstand and I'm just throwing it at him while we jump out of the window. Because you don't have time to grab a gun or a weapon.
I don't know
if there's a night intruder. You're waking up and so you just have to, unless you're sleeping with your weapon.
Well, she could, but I feel are we agile enough to do that?
I will throw the nightstand so fucking hard, and the drawers were open, and all these wrappers that I've stuffed into the drawers will fall out, and it'll just be like, ah! You know, like
it doesn't sound funny if you have an orderly nightstand,
right? But my nightstand is covered in like drinks and cups and bowls and stacks of plates.
Yeah.
It would be so scary.
So much shards. It'd be so loud.
So it's like, throw that nightstand at them. And then just jump out the window and run.
We're going to have to like open the window and take out the screen.
No, you just kick fucking through that thing. You don't, in a panic, we're not being delicate.
I'm going to need you to help with all of this.
I will facilitate the throwing.
Be alone.
All you have to do is if you hear me throw the nightstand, just open the window so I can kick the screen out, and then I'll throw you outside. Because ladies first.
Well, and dogs, I'm going to have to throw the dogs out the window.
No, the dogs will be fine because they
won't be fine.
We're not wasting time with dogs.
Are we going to fight about our children?
Just that's the plan.
All right. Yeah. I just like to think I could just be kind and persuasive. Please don't do this.
Hello, we are lovely.
We're lovely. We give money to charities. We'll give you all our money. I don't want to jump out the window.
I feel like the main reason to break into a home for at least the last 50 years has been TVs.
Yeah.
But now they're so cheap.
Yeah, try to get that fucker off the wall.
And they're they're wall mounted.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing and you have good setup. A lot of people don't.
You're gonna break the TV trying to get it off the wall in a hurry.
And it's hard to carry. So don't break into our house because you'll be frightened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not pleased with everything just breaking. I mean, the nightstand would break very easily too. Whereas if it was in 1980s wood, you'd throw it and it'd just be like dunk.
Right. No,
this would shatter.
That's what's good about the modern nightstands is it would just go into pieces. You want confusion. You want calamity.
If it was just like a normal nightstand, it would just sound like a body fell.
Right.
Not scary.
Yeah, back in the 50s, everything was forged by hand of steel.
Yeah. Super solid.
Like an oven from the 1950s was just have you seen, they're like giant steel bank vaults.
There's no design because it's just like, we're going to make this work and it's going to last for 100 years.
Yeah, it's like a bank vault with a flamethrower on top. And that was a stove in the 50s.
Our parents didn't replace anything. And now look at us. We're always replacing everything and we're angry all the time. No wonder we're angry
every
all
10
the time.
years, you have to get a new fridge.
Yeah. Or a shower curtain every quarterly month. I blame Amazon for all of it, and our dear sweet listeners are gonna get sick of rant. But I'm never not gonna be ranting about Amazon because I have so many issues with it. Aside from Koofandy.
The only good thing about Amazon is the fact that it gets there like right now.
It's like
you go to add to cart and it's your doorbell's being rung.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, here.
I'm over it. I bought some stuff with slow shipping from the company. It was like exciting. You actually look at the tracking because it's like, it's been 5 days. It's going to get here in another 5 days. But no, we've been spoiled by Amazon. Now we're high maintenance rat holes. Is that a term? No? Well, I was on Amazon earlier and I was in the orders section and it had a little banner that was like, yay, you've shopped 125 hours this year and saved a lot of money.
125 hours?
That's what it said. So then I was like doing, which I don't know the math still, 120. So it's like 5.2 days of full-time, everyday shopping on Amazon? That can't be true, can it? Or maybe it's true between us.
That is an average of 34 minutes per day. And because we do share an Amazon account, that is possible, but
I don't buy stuff.
But when I'm shopping on Amazon, I don't spend a ton of time.
Yeah.
I do leave browser windows open. So that's probably
gotta be it. Even if it was.
But even then, my Amazon browser windows are probably open for an equivalent of 7,000 hours a year.
Yeah, it's the opposite. It's not 125.
So they're just making up a number.
They're making it up, and what's the point? At best, it's a high number, and I feel bad about my life, or you know what I mean? What's the payoff of this number other than self-loathing? And the money saved is that's not exciting because that shows how relative how much we've spent.
Well, yeah, the money saved also. It's like,
I don't want to know that.
Based on what?
Yeah, based on you've saved money based on our own prices that we are inflated so we could make it cheaper.
Yeah, we've inflated the price. And there's pictures online of this happen, where the price is inflated.
Yeah.
And then they have it on sale for the actual price that it costs fucking everywhere.
And I fall for it anytime if it's $15 on sale, I'm like, I don't need it, but I'm going to get it. I'm trying to break out of that habit. But
I don't fall for sales.
I only fall for sales.
If there's a sale, they're just manipulating you.
I know. I don't care.
There's no such thing as a sale.
Well, there is.
There's really not.
Black Friday's a sale. Black Friday is a sale.
Black Friday for the last 15 years has not been a sale.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Fight me?
I'll fight you.
We'll look at the receipt. There's a reason we order our Christmas cards on Black Friday.
Okay, fine. Black Friday is largely...
It's the only day with coupons.
It's largely the wool over a consumer's eyes. Black Friday deals are just the normal price that you can find online any other time.
That's not true.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm going to get riled up about this.
I
have a whole list on my phone of Black Friday, get ready to buy this on Black Friday. I have it all year. of like
Like what?
like everything, like protein mix and bath wash and Christmas cards, toilet paper, dishwashing pods, clothes, everything. Don't talk to me about Black
I can
Friday.
get a 55-inch 4K smart TV for $269.
What brand?
Amazon.
Insignia?
It's Amazon Fire.
Amazon Fire TV.
It doesn't make a difference. They're
Yes,
all
it does.
sourcing.
Are you saying
There's like
Insignia TV is the same as this TV?
there are
you kidding me?
There are like 3 TV makers.
Every time we've traveled, we've done it with an Insignia, and every time you go, there's an Insignia TV.
Half of why I don't like Insignia is because it's a fake company.
Yeah.
Not in the same way that Kufandy is.
Yeah.
But like there's LG and Samsung make most of the LED and LCD panels in the world. And most TV makers are just buying the LCD and LED panels from those manufacturers.
Well, I like the muscle memory of our remote controls,
I do like that.
so I will never switch.
I'll only buy Samsung televisions.
I'm agitated now.
But Black Friday is a scam.
No, it's not.
It didn't used to be. It used to be that something that was like $1,600 would be on sale for like $300.
I am going to make a list of everything I'm going to buy on Black Friday now, with the prices now, and then in our podcast in a month-ish, I'm going to tell you about these savings. This is a very important thing for me.
I guess what I'm not talking about from individual like goods makers. So like the people who make the protein mix and like a bed sheet company's direct to consumer website. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like Amazon, Walmart, Target. Like
they have deals.
They do, but they're the same deals that are going on the rest of the year.
We'll fight about this in a month.
Like if you're telling me that we can get let's see, here's a 65-inch Samsung TV that was $628 and is now $309. Like you're telling me that that's just
you'll get everything.
That's going to be cheaper on Black Friday?
I don't know.
They're going to call
that link.
They're going to call that a
Write it
Black
down.
Friday deal. They're going to say it's a Black Friday deal when that's the price they're selling it at every other time of the year.
I will buy AirPods that don't put static in my right ear for much cheaper than they are right now.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Maybe not much cheaper. They'll be at least $100 off. That's not true.
You think you're going to get
$50.
You think you're going to get AirPods $50 off?
No.
You're going to save $10.
No, they're $50 off right now. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm getting sensitive and I don't even know why. Amazon, that's why.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying there aren't deals. What I'm saying is it is largely
dumb people like deals because dumb people have the wool over their faces.
It is largely a scam.
How dare you?
Black Friday over the last 10
coupon clippers.
Coupon clippers and Black Friday is very different.
Of money.
Coupon clippers and Black Friday.
Coupons are sales.
Coupons are not sales. Coupons are coupons. Sales are for everybody. Money. Coupons are for the crazies.
I know coupon people. And they have a lot more money than us because they figured out how to save on peas and Tupperware.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying Black Friday is more of a scam now than it is a legitimate thing.
I don't know. This is a fundamental part of who I am, and I feel a little
What do you
attacked.
mean? Black Friday is a fundamental part of who you are?
I already hate Black Friday, and I hate that I use Black Friday because it's a horrible thing that I'm against. And
again, I'm not
so
we buy like Orgain protein, and they have a Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
Sure. What I'm saying is TVs, these big ticket items. These big ticket items, the Black Friday price is the same as the normal price throughout the rest of the year, where they're pretending to slash it.
You are challenging me to make a spreadsheet I accept that challenge.
Okay.
We will talk about this in a month.
And let's go.
And
What we'll do is we'll go back in time to like the mid 2000s, 2005.
I'm not going to do that.
And we'll look. I'm just saying, back then, sales on TVs on Black Friday was astronomical. And now it's just not. It's just not.
Because everyone has a TV.
Everyone had a TV back then, too.
I don't know. I'm making a spreadsheet and we'll duke it out then. Because I am riled up.
I can tell.
And I'm angry.
I didn't anticipate striking a nerve.
Yeah. That's what happens when I drink a little and then I start talking about coupons and I feel attacked.
I'm not attacking you.
You said, I don't remember because it's been about 5 to 10 minutes,
No.
but you said... You said people that believe in coupons and Black Friday are stupid fucking idiots.
Again...
Okay.
There's a difference between how...
I know.
How you felt when I said what I said and what I said.
There's no way for me to remember what you said until we re-listen to this, so...
Okay.
Well, sales aside, whatever, and I don't have to get in, but their labor practices, we've all heard about the drivers peeing in bottles and like crazy schedules that cannot be adhered.
Drivers peeing in bottles?
Yes. And the warehouse people, they just have these crazy unrealistic quotas and deadlines, so like people just like piss in bottles because they got to meet their shit.
Why do they have to piss in bottles?
Because they're driving, like they don't have time for a bathroom break. And Emma's like, we tell them to take a bathroom break, but they probably would take a bathroom break if they had time for a bathroom break. But people are like, it's not true. It's not a thing. You know, no one's peeing in bottles. They are. I have a story for you.
Okay.
May I tell you about it?
Tell me your bottle peeing story.
All right. I don't really remember very well, so I'm going to have to like read a little bit. Have you heard about the journalist that made his garage, the garden, shed?
I think you're going to have to start that over again.
Have you heard about the journalist who turned his shed into like the #1 restaurant in TripAdvisor?
No.
Neither have I, but he did. And so then he went on to his next project.
Wait, how did he turn his shed into a...
I don't know.
Did he just say he was a restaurant and bot reviewed it?
I made my shed, and then he served customers frozen dinners on its opening night. Oh, this is a long article. We'll get back to it because I'm actually intrigued. But my fingers tremble as I open it. 89,000 views. So yeah, there's a lot to do there. His name is Uba Butler? Uba Butler did a movie or something we can't watch called The Great Amazon Heist, which begins with him infiltrating an Amazon distribution center with a hidden camera and speaking to workers who complain of foot and back pain, potentially dangerous working conditions, and near constant surveillance. He spends his first day unloading a baking hot truck with no working fan or air conditioning. Drivers urinating in bottles has been reported in the past, but what was not known is that some claim they also get penalized for having urine-filled bottles in their trucks when they return to the warehouse. To avoid penalties, they end up discarding the bottles by the side of the road. So Butler, the guy, searches the roadsides near the warehouses, and more than often than not, he strikes liquid gold. So he goes on the roadsides of the Amazon warehouses looking for pee.
So on the road, like to the warehouse, he's looking for Dasani bottles of piss.
Yes, and he finds them. From there, it's laughably straightforward for Butler to get release listed on sale for Amazon with very few checks and balances. So he's selling this bottled urine on Amazon under the brand Release. Releasing the drink was surprisingly easy. I thought the food and drinks licensing would stop me from listing it, so I started it out in the refillable pump dispenser category. Then the algorithm moved it into drinks. At one point, he's even contacted by an Amazon representative ready to handle the packaging, shipping, and logistics. When people started trying to buy the product, I felt a bit scared. And then people are like, this is a crude stunt and whatever, but
it's brilliant.
It's incredible.
The only part that's not brilliant is that Amazon is getting a cut of those sales.
Yeah.
So Amazon's getting paid for their workers' piss.
That's true. But at least it's making a statement of kinds. Do you want to switch to my screen for a brief moment? That is Uba Butler. and his released drink.
Oh, is he British?
Yes.
I've seen. He's hilarious. He goes to like Paris. He goes to like Fashion Week.
Oh. What does he do there?
I don't know, but he does funny things.
All right, we like Uba Butler.
Yeah.
So I looked for it. It's not on sale anymore, but it was, and Amazon made money on it. But
Great packaging.
But how great to prove that they really are paying enough to sell enough, you know? So one more reason I don't like Amazon, and then I'll keep buying from Amazon, and then I'll continue to hate myself, and the cycle repeats itself, Diggy.
I mean, there's no problem with buying things from Amazon.
There is. But I'm too emotional to get into it.
I mean, sometimes it's just the smartest move.
Sometimes it's the only move.
Because they do have better pricing a lot of times.
But everything is garbage. Everything's the shower curtain rod.
Well, a lot of
Everything
stuff
garbage.
is. A lot of stuff is garbage.
90%.
But sometimes it's like if you need, and we've talked about it before, but if I need like key rings, I'm
Yeah,
not going to
you
go to AutoZone and pay $12 for 3 key
And
rings.
now you have 50.
But I'm going to pay $3 for 500,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take 20 of them, and I'm going to throw the rest away.
That's a tremendous burden for me. Because you throw them away, and then I have to get them out of the trash because I like to recycle everything. So then I have an office full of stuff I don't know how to recycle because we want
But that's, you know,
that's a me problem.
I'm just saying I'm not going to, it's better to buy some things on Amazon as a consumer. It just
But
is.
isn't my sanity worth a couple dollars?
Yes.
Cool.
It's like with Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations. Like with Christmas lights, if you go to Home Depot, you'll get a 12-foot strand of lights for $50.
You have to buy so many to, your house is more than 12 feet.
But on Amazon, you can get like 500 feet and they'll pay you to take them.
It's true. You actually make money.
You make money.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
like Halloween like these seasonal things, they don't need to be quality.
And you can get highly specific things,
Right.
which that is nice.
Like bunch of skeletons.
Yeah. Specialty
And,
skeletons.
did you hear about that, the stripper skeleton?
No.
So there's a guy in Utah,
Our Utah?
our very own
Our
Utah,
neighbor.
who set up a skeleton Halloween decor time in his yard
Okay.
with a stripper pole and a skeleton goofily hanging on the stripper pole. And apparently everyone was
Did
outraged.
it cause some uproar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have a clip here
Hand it over.
of the news reporting it because, of course, this is such a news thing to report on.
Yes. In Utah, there's only so much we can report.
A Halloween decoration in Utah has a community split. Some are calling it inappropriate, while others are donating their own decorations to the cause. Fox's Emily Tenser polls the community on the poll.
In Grantsville, it's the talk of the town.
Have you guys seen the street sign skeleton thing around town?
Inside the Outpost restaurant, local.
That's right. So he put a skeleton on a street sign
Oh.
and turned it into a stripper pole.
All right. I like
Which-
that.
It's not even funny.
It's whatever,
I guess if you drove by that in
I
your
would
neighborhood, it'd be
probably
like,
laugh.
ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Especially with that wig.
it's not like, did you hear the guy put?
Right.
It's so fucking fun. Like it's not crazy,
Yeah.
unless of course you're a very conservative mother.
Maybe in a neighborhood chat be like, did you see that houses? But
Yeah, haha,
Otherwise-
haha. That's
not enough to talk about the diner,
Media.
We're gonna go tip them when we leave. We know what it's like to work for tips.
I know. It all
gonna
started
tip 'em.
days ago when Christopher Fugitian put up the skeleton pole dancer on the city sign. He says the only backlash he received was caught on camera, a neighbor who kept coming over to cut it down.
So
Maybe a little
mom.
risque for some people, but it's just all in the name of fun.
Then the city posted.
so. There's a
this
guy
to its
who's
Facebook.
so mad about this. He's like, honey, where are the scissors? There's a man putting up indecent skeletons.
Skeletons from Amazon.
And by God, I'm gonna cut. Like, why do you have to cut that down?
Right.
Just don't worry about it.
Just keep moving. Just Go home.
Facebook page telling him he had until 9 p.m. that night to remove it since it's against city code.
I think it
Like, what a lazy city. To post on Facebook?
Like, you have to, or what? We're going to throw away your $8 skeleton that you got on Amazon?
Right.
Like, just do it.
Someone took the photo. Just, if they're the city.
While I'm all for it, it is vandalism.
It's vandalism and it's inappropriate.
So they can just they don't have to, like, post on our Facebook page that we're going to take it down if he doesn't take it down.
And like the chance of the homeowner seeing that on Facebook, he has to be following the city on Facebook. He's not following Grantsville City on Facebook.
They'll fucking tow your car if you leave it
Right.
at the
Wendy's.
courthouse too long.
Yeah.
Take down the skeleton.
Take it down if you care that much.
You had somebody drive by this and take a picture, and then you had a social media person post this on Facebook.
You could knock on the door. You could leave a post-it. You could just take the skeleton.
You could have saved so much more money just having the guy who took the picture snip it down.
Right. Take it.
But
Because what are they going to do? Take him to small claims court?
brings a lot of good humor that we need to a small town.
The post took off.
Oh, there's real money.
So while this skeleton was serving ones, others were serving their opinions in the comments section, writing things like, I guess teaching our children respect, decency, and manners has gone by the side.
The kids understand what that is. Maybe the problem's not the skeleton dancing on the pole. Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what a stripper was at like 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
No, not me.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what it was.
I probably found out at like 13.
Understand the practical application.
Right.
But
Really?
I knew that there were people who got naked.
At 5?
Sure.
I didn't even know what it was to be naked at 5. I'm having a mental collapse right now. I didn't know what strippers were till I was 13. I'm just thinking back on my past. What else didn't I know?
I mean, I knew what a stripper was. Again, I didn't like.
You didn't know.
I wasn't like, yeah.
But you knew the.
But I got it.
But could you say that's what made you what you are now?
Knowing what a stripper is?
Yeah.
At like 5?
Is that why you're such a sinner now? And use foul language?
I mean,
What if there's repercussions to saying no one what a stripper is at 5 years old?
There's no repercussions. You don't get it at 5.
No.
And like, if there was a stripper, like stripping and doing a striptease dance,
Kind of intense.
on the street sign as part of a Halloween display, and she was out there for like 8 hours a night,
Yeah, working for tips.
then sure, I
Yeah,
get
it's
the
like-
backlash.
But it's a skeleton.
But no kid is going to see that and be like, those skeletons are giving that stripper skeleton money to see its skeleton tits.
Right. Like the worst.
Like, that's part of the fun. That's why it is kind of funny.
Right. It's like in the Disney movies when there's, I don't remember any of those. Does it say boobs in the clouds or something on
Sex.
sex in the clouds? It's like, it's only weird if you've made it weird. All you have to do is say, like, why is it skeleton on the, you say it's climbing it.
Yeah,
It's
if you're watching Lion King with your kid and you're like, wait, pause that? What does that say in the it said sex?
SEX.
Son, you can't know about sex. It's bad. Like, then you've just made it so if you just watch, the kid's not gonna fucking notice that.
I still don't notice it. Yeah, it's like that. It's like if you stop and you're like, this represents, then it's like, okay, but all you have to do is just say it's a skeleton.
But the only reason it's funny is because a skeleton stripping is revealing nothing but bones.
Because it's a skeleton. There's nothing to hide.
So the only part of that is funny is that a skeleton is revealing its bones,
right,
to another skeleton, which is all that skeleton is made of.
Right. It's just like being yourself anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and if it was like a mannequin undressed, I could even see the backlash there.
I just like, as a parent, I feel like you got to pick your battles, man. Like, what's the worst case scenario that a child sees that they know it represents a stripper? Are they just gonna like emancipate That like, are they just gonna? I'm gonna go become a stripper now because I've seen the skeleton, and that seems like the life for me. Looks like it's making money. I would like to make money. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe, but probably like within 20 minutes, the child has forgotten about until they like the memory.
They're thinking about Power Rangers.
The thing they won't remember the stripper skeleton in therapy when they're 25.
Yeah, like
but they'll remember their mom.
They'll remember their mom's reaction.
Yeah,
to that.
like that's gonna be on the laundry list of like, and mom went to the city about the skeleton.
It's like I know a parent, and I won't say who, but we know a parent who something on the news came on about sex, and their kid was in the room, and it's like sex in the city. I don't know what it was
Just
about.
had the word sex.
Yeah, and the mom's just like freaking out to get their kid
to like cover the TV.
Yeah, but the kid's just like smashing Barbies together. It's not even paying attention. You just drew attention to that.
Because now it's like, what was that caused such a reaction?
Right. If the amount of words that kids don't know
is more than they do know.
So like half of everything they hear from adults, they're like, the APR on my mortgage went up 15%. The kid doesn't know. If you said the APR on my mortgage went up 50 cents and I fucked a whale in the asshole, like they wouldn't process any of those things.
They would say they'd know whale.
They'd be like, whale.
Yeah.
I like whale, got you whale. Yeah, that's all.
Move on. Yeah, you're making it weird. If I had kids, I wouldn't love it, but there's a lot of bad. I'm not worried about it.
Why is that skeleton? Daddy, why's the skeleton on the street sign? It's just funny.
Yeah.
Done. Doesn't. Then that's all.
I don't get into Halloween. I don't know what I've been trying to psychoanalyze myself on why I hate holidays. We don't need to get into that. But I don't hate Halloween. I really like these decorations and the creativity and everything that go on the dog walk and everyone has these different displays. I love that. I'll never do it because it's a lot of work. And
I love Halloween decorations. I love Christmas decorations. I think they're amazing. And they make that time of year feel like that time of year. And without them, it's just not quite the same.
Yeah, around Christmas when there's houses without Christmas lights, I've been sad before.
Yeah.
I was like, people don't care about Christmas.
But I'm never putting those up.
Yeah, we don't have Christmas lights for fuck's sake. But
yeah,
if others aren't doing it, it's like, where's the holiday spirit? Where's the skeletons on the poles? But I think, it's a lot of work. It's a big commitment.
It's a lot to store.
It is.
That's the problem.
That is, because, if I had a lot of room where I could just have buckets of.
There's a guy a block away who has a giant ghost wooden pirate ship built onto his
the black
house.
One?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty badass.
It's like a real ship that he built.
And there's a Grim Reaper kind of thing in it.
And there's ghosts in the ship, and it's crazy.
It's super sick.
Real cool, but what?
Where does it
where
go?
are you putting that?
Yeah, because it doesn't look like it is deconstructed into something. It looks like it's an object that has to be stored in full. We would have to buy another house.
Well, this is so I'm learning something about myself.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I desire things that I never thought I'd ever care about or even think about.
Yeah.
I never even thought to think that I wouldn't think about these things.
What is the thing?
I am obsessed with having a big garage. I don't want a shed. I don't want a 3-car garage.
3 cars, not.
I don't want a 4-car garage.
What are you talking about?
I want it to be so big that if we're on opposite sides of the garage, we have to scream at each other to talk to each other.
Why? This sounds
And
terrible
even then,
to me.
we can't even understand each other because it's echoing in this garage.
What is the purpose? What are you putting in this garage?
I want a warehouse.
You want a house?
I want my own warehouse.
For
yes.
what?
I want to be able to park the cars in and getting out of the door. First of all, I want to be able to
a warehouse.
hang on. I want to be able to park the car and not have to worry about hitting anything.
I would like that.
Getting out of the door and just walking around.
Yeah, twirling, pirouetting.
When you get out.
Yeah.
And I would love in front of that to be a gym. A gym in the garage.
In the garage?
In the garage.
Why not?
And I want a spot for woodworking and for tools and toolboxes and toolbox shelves. I want storage stacked. I want this thing. I don't want to be able to touch the ceiling on a fucking ladder.
Do you want to fit like an airplane in there? What's going on?
I do. I want it to be
How tall do you
big.
want like the ceilings?
I want like 30, 40-foot ceilings.
Should we just buy like a warehouse and build a little shed house next to it? Why wouldn't you want a big house and a what is?
Well, I do want a big house, but I also want.
Which would you rather have? Would you rather have a big garage
Than
a
probably.
big house?
I think so.
But if you had a big house, you could put the gym in the house. Do you want a gym garage?
I want gym
Is
garage.
there something to? Is there like a manly thing to that? I feel like
Yeah, you do. You do some bench presses. You do some
Oh, that
squats.
sounds horrible.
Walk over and grab a tool and drill nails into scrap wood and say, "Oh, I see." And then go get in the truck and back it. Don't even back it out because there's garage doors on either side, so you can drive straight through. Oh man!
So when you go to which Salt Lake City has the world's biggest Costco. When you go to Costco, are you lusting for its industrial size? Is that what? Because to me, I get tremendous anxiety. I want light. I want windows. I want life. I don't. Why would you want to be in a warehouse?
Well, you can have warehouses can have windows.
Well, not this warehouse. It's an airplane hangar. You can't see out the windows.
No, we would have windows in this.
It wouldn't matter because you can't see.
I've been looking at these like metal giant garage. So sometimes I'll just look through Zillow in
For
like
garages?
rural areas for $1 million homes because they often have these giant airplane hangar size.
They better if
Garages.
they're in the middle of nowhere.
And man, I look at those
Do you
and I
just
think
want like a lot of cars?
no, two cars is fine.
What is 2 cars in an
Two cars,
airplane hangar?
a gym,
I mean,
woodworking area, tools.
I just feel like the ventilation. I don't like any of it. I'm not visiting you in your garage.
Good. TVs, maybe just one, but like a TV, a big sound
You
system.
want a man cave.
No, I want.
This is your version of a man
This
cave.
isn't a man cave.
What is
Man
it?
caves
If
have
not
like
to exclude your wife.
you can come in there.
I don't want to.
That's your fault.
A man cave is a TV, a gym, woodworking,
No.
manly stuff.
A man cave is like a theater for sports, and you've got a beer keg.
This is your version of a man cave.
This is highly functional space. A man cave is a waste of time.
It's going to get so dirty and messy with all these wood shavings.
No. You see, it's big enough
You've thought about it.
so that you have a whole dust collection system in place. So if I'm say if I've got the table saw going and I'm cutting some wood,
You're like shaving your heels.
there's got there's a ventilation vacuum tube hooked up to it, so it vacuums up all the dust.
It's a lot to put together.
It's a lot. This is if I ever get to a point in my life where I can have this garage,
Man. It's my life goal to give you this garage.
it's gonna.
That's a lot of like wiring and stuff.
It's a lot of wiring.
What if you had like
the main building cost would probably be around like $20,000-$30,000.
for a warehouse?
But you'd also have to get like foundation, concrete,
This is
electrical.
I mean, if a
There'd have to be a bathroom in it for a place that
container
big.
unit for the backyard is like $70,000.
No. I priced it out. It's different because it's not like it's not finished like a house is.
Don't you want it to be finished to some extent?
I don't need it to be finished.
You don't need like walls, like drywall.
Well, it's all like metal, so it's.
Get toasty in there.
I mean, sure. During the summer, it would get pretty warm.
What if you get like electric cars? You have to like. That's so much power. I feel like this place is going to require a lot of power.
Electric. You can't get an electric car.
I'm just saying, if you think it all the way through.
If you have a garage like this, you can't have an electric car.
You shit on every electric car. You piss on electric cars.
You piss in their electric chamber.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people who are into electric cars do not have this garage. Like, even Elon Musk doesn't have this garage.
He doesn't have a house.
Right. So. But yeah, so if Elon doesn't have this isn't something that there would never be an electric, maybe a hybrid, but
they would have a garage like that. They just wouldn't have woodworking tools in it.
But did you hear about this bank that Elon Musk is trying to start? Well, he's trying to turn X into a bank.
His like original X plan.
Yes.
Which is like why he didn't want to buy Twitter, but he got sucked into buying Twitter, and then he wants to turn it into his X dream.
Yes.
Is he actually doing that?
He's doing it. He told his employees that if X isn't a bank replacement by next year, his mind would be blown.
Next year in like 2 months?
Well, I don't know if by next year sometime.
His mind will be blown.
I know.
What is he talking?
Like, your mind will be blown if you can't.
Is he saying his mind would be blown that they couldn't complete that?
Yes.
Well, he laid off 75-90% of the engineers.
That's probably, I mean, first of all, so there's this quote. I don't know where this interview took place, but he said, if it involves money, it'll be on our platform, money or securities or whatever. So it's not just like send $20 to my friend. I'm talking about like you won't need a bank account. And his goal is to let you send money anywhere in the world instantly and in real time.
Well, the money needs to come from somewhere.
Yeah, like it's still a bank account.
If it's not cash, it's in a bank account.
It's not replacing the idea of a bank. It's just a new bank.
Yeah. He said that?
Yeah, he said.
Huh.
Yeah, he says you won't need a bank account. Like it's
do you
still
have your paychecks deposited to X?
Yeah, like Tim Cook doesn't come out every year like you don't need an iPhone because we're introducing a new iPhone.
I like your moves.
That's Tim Cook moves like that when he's.
That was very uncanny, actually.
I don't know what that move is, but it's just at Apple.
It's just because he doesn't want to be targeted for hate, and you can't hate a swirly man.
Yeah,
because he's just moving around. He's not rigid.
I mean, he feels like a Halloween decoration. Just one of those like moving yard animatronics.
With the air.
Yeah.
And the air blowing and all their limbs are... Yeah, he's moving around a lot. But yeah, it's a bank, which is fine.
It's fine. You say you're making a new bank.
Say X is going to be a bank, and it's going to be better than traditional banks because whatever. I don't know what he thinks it's... But he's been dreaming about this for a very long time.
It's weird.
Because I've been reading his biography, and by that I mean listening to it, but I own the book, so I feel like I've been reading it. We don't need to get into that now, but this has been his like top thing for a very long time. He has dreams, but
just go to Mars.
Just go to Mars.
That'd
be so tight.
Don't turn Twitter into X and then turn X into a bank that's not a bank because it is a bank.
Like, do you want to do that or go to Mars? Which is more interesting?
Like, you're starting a bank. Even if you say you're not, you're starting a bank, Elon.
Especially since he started PayPal. Like, did he start it or invest in it? I don't remember.
And who's sending money to people?
Yeah.
Like, he keeps talking about sending money to... You can send money all over the world. Who's doing that? Are you just saying you're going to buy stuff? Because you buy stuff. And you pay rent. And you pay for things that you need. No one's just sending money or all over the place.
Unless they're just paying back for something, or what else besides paying back for something?
Buying drugs.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Paying a friend back for brunch. That's it.
That's
and
it.
Venmo can handle all of that. No problem.
It can. I mean, people use a lot of Venmo. I see it, you know, because it has the feed. It has the feed that it's like trying to be like a social network where you can like see people sending money to each other with their.
Which is if you have your transactions on Venmo public, you are an insane person.
Insane. When I was reading like Matt Gaetz, he like Venmo'd sex trafficker that then paid teenage girls. I don't follow it, but it's like why are you Venmoing a sex trafficker? Like all these people that are using Venmo, you have a paper trail of what you've done that people can. Well, I'm sure he didn't publish that. He didn't publish that one, but my friend sent me a photo of a car she was behind that was like, just got divorced, Venmo us money or something. So I was like, what is that person? So I went to their Venmo. Can I tell you the things that I found out from this person's Venmo? This
is your friend?
Well, she just sent the picture of the car.
Okay.
And then I was like, because like, send us money. Like, what is this divorce if it's send us money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got divorced, send us money. Like it's going to be split.
Like getting a divorce is not like your house burning down.
No, or you could be like, he took the money and he didn't, I don't know. Some sort of, why do you need money?
For what?
If it was like, buy me a drink because I'm super depressed and I lost the love, then I was like, well, okay. Yeah.
Or even send me money because I'm sad.
Yeah. I'll send money because you're sad. But just to be like for the act of divorce, you know what I mean? So I went onto her Venmo and I made a list. Well, I texted to my friend of, well, I don't know if I should say their names, but it's public. I won't say their last names. This is what I found out about this person who wanted money for their divorce. She has a spooky tattoo and an umbrella tattoo. She kept Megan's knees safe.
What is a spooky tattoo?
That was the memo, spooky tattoo.
Okay.
So spooky tattoo, umbrella tattoo. She kept Megan's knees safe. She gets her hair done from Janelle, and she sends her an extra tip, which is nice. So that means she's generous. She bought blankets from Cindy, and she said she'll pay another $100 on next payday. So these are pricey blankets.
High thread count.
High thread count. Not bought it, the linen and things. She loves to buy flowers, movie posters, PJs. She gets gas money from Chains with a Z. There's a lot of people giving her gas money. Levi paid her for, quote, sexy. She likes hockey, theater, Phantom of the Opera, Christmas PJs. She gave Ashley a corset, and Juan said, send me back $1,000.25. He's always requesting to please send it back. They have frequent exchanges, so I thought it could be the ex-husband, but he calls her his friend. But maybe that's like why they got divorced. But he's always, and then I went on his page, and he's always sending money to people, and then he's like, send it back. So I don't know.
Do they send it back?
Not that I see, but they could be hiding. They could be reasonable and be hiding it. But that's all just from me just seeing, like, why do you want, I don't know. I don't know what I could do with that information, but it's just very revealing. It's more revealing than an Instagram.
Nothing with money should be social.
No. And everyone's like trying to be witty, like, poop emoji. Like, just send money. That's why I like
just
the
do
Cash
it privately.
App. We should get sponsored by the Cash App. That's why I like the Cash App. Takes the social out of sending money.
Every time I use Venmo, I have a little panic that I didn't mark the transaction as private.
That and you hit pay instead of request or something. Those are very easy buttons to mistake.
They are.
Yeah. But then what is Elon's going to look? Because that, by definition, if it's a social network with money, then it's probably going to be, right?
I don't know if they're... he should have just kept Twitter and done X as its own thing, like, and tied it in. But we don't want the guy who built Cybertruck to also build where your money is.
He can be a bit reckless.
Like, he came out like Cybertruck is indestructible. To prove it, we're going to throw a bowling ball at the... Oh, God.
Yeah. And
well, that was an accident. To prove it again, we're going to throw a bowling ball at the... Oh, God.
Was it a bowling ball?
I don't know if it was something. It was a spherical heavy object.
Yeah. That is so embarrassing.
Cybertruck bowling ball. It was a ball. I don't know if it was a bowling ball.
Well, it would have been more impressive as a bowling ball. Yeah, he has a disdain for QA, quality assurance, which is what I do. So that already pits me against him. And he hates like safety. He's just always trying to cut corners. So it's no wonder he probably breaking Cybertruck.
It's funny because if he didn't do what he did with Twitter, I'd probably be all on board with an Elon bank. But now that I hate him, I want nothing to do with it. And I only hate him because of Twitter.
It's funny because you always liked him and then didn't like him. I have always not liked him. And then I read this book, which is a fluff piece. It's not, but I'm like, now I feel kind of bad for Elon. So now I'm like a little pro Elon because I feel like he's misunderstood. But he's very unnerving. Like,
yes,
he would be incredibly stressful to work. I mean, that goes without saying. But he's like, I think the scariest part about him, he's manic depressive for sure, but that he can be like so abusive, like verbally abusive and just mean, fires people on the spot, really intense. But then he'll just switch from like way intense to like maniacal, like cackling and like talking about poop jokes. Just like very irreverent after being a complete psycho. And that's very scary to me because you don't know when that switches.
You couldn't get it done in 2 weeks. You're a fucking idiot. Poopy butthole.
Basically.
Like, what an insane person.
Like, Grimes and others call it demon mode. So he goes from demon mode to, like, 14-year-old boy mode. So I've had that on my mind of unstable people. Like, I was walking the dogs the other day, and there was a man approaching the light, to cross the street. And then a Subaru came rushing up to the line. And I was like, this car does not see this man. But then it stopped super fast. And so I was like, okay. And I breathed a little bit. So then I kept walking. But then my periphery saw it like inching closer to the man. And then I heard whack. And he hit the car. And
like the guy was like...
with a dog, yeah.
Okay.
And he starts screaming at him. Because he's like, hey, because the guy like... the light's red, and he's, like, moving towards him, and he's close enough that the guy can hit his car, so he looks like he's going to hit him. And so then they start, like, screaming at each other. I can only hear the dog walker's comments, but he's like, are you really going to threaten me with violence? Like, are you threatening to run me over? Like, are you serious right now? I'm just like, have a nice day, bud. But, like, this guy, like, clearly the Subaru was in the wrong.
Right.
But he's, like, a Patagonia-ass motherfucker. Like, he looks totally normal. Totally... like Jared from Silicon Valley, really, like, trustworthy man, you think. And it's like that man snapped. He almost ran someone over. And then the other day I was walking. We got a new dog.
We did get a new dog.
Her name is Mizu.
Her name is Mizu. If you hear her crying, it's because she doesn't understand why we're doing this.
And it's not because we're bad owners.
Right.
I was walking them, and she's very sweet and, magnetic. And I was walking them, and a man...
She is a very beautiful dog.
She's very...
cool, white and gray colored
pattern.
Pit bull. She looks very cool. We'll be on walks, and people are like, cool dog.
Yeah, can I breed it?
And it's like, no.
No. Meanwhile, I think Saxby's also very cute, but he's an old man.
He's a brown brindle.
People love the brindle.
They do, but it is less interesting.
Yeah.
Visually.
Well, yeah, there's a man petting Mizu and just like loving on her. But Saxby's really affectionate and likes people, so his tail's wagging up and he's trying to go get love, Then the man grabs his face and pushes him away.
Oof.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
You said that to him?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? And then I was like, fuck you. And then I took the dogs. Which for me,
that is
unhinged.
That is insane behavior.
That's like a normal person, flipping a table and throwing glass on the, you know what I mean? Because I'm so reserved and controlled. So for me to lash out at a stranger is kind of intense. After that, I went to Sprouts and I heard in my periphery someone yelling to a manager hey, can you come over here? And then the manager snapped. He's like, this better be worth it. And then the other guy's like, yeah, I just have a guy. And he's like, I'm serious. This better be worth it. I have shit to do. And just way intense. And then it was just some lady that needed help. So then he snaps into hey, how's it going today? But I'm just I feel like we need this. This is all to say we need a new word in English to describe a warning, a word for I'm about to lose my mind. I need you to stop your behavior or I'm going to fucking lose it. I'm going to run you over with my car. you know what I mean? Because if you're like, I'm irritated, that's
I think
not a
that's
warning.
what I think that's what I've had it up to here. I mean,
I guess that's what I would like. I would like that to be taken seriously.
if that was taken, because if somebody says I've had it up to here, it's like, okay.
But if you're like, my threshold is here,
I have
had it up to here.
I can only handle this much more.
Yeah, I have an inch until I'm manslaughtering you.
Right.
Because like we've all freaked out.
Yeah.
If it was just a universally accepted term, like, oh, they're in that mind state, gotta back up. I've thought about that with people driving too. If you could just have like,
Yeah, I wish it could. I wish you could say I'm going to kill someone without that being a threat.
right,
It's not a threat. I'm just letting you know
that it could happen.
that if one more button is pressed, that
Yeah.
could send me into the bad place.
It's not.
I'm not
personal,
going to kill you,
but I could.
but it's possible.
It's not even because then it's not personal, right?
Right.
If someone says that, it's like, oh, I'm just happen to be in the wrong place right now.
Right.
Because it's scary of Elon Lash. And I guess that's why they call it demon mode. That's like a warning to them. But it's like, I didn't plan on yelling that guy. And then I just snapped. And it's a very hostile world. And I feel like we need the language to like address that.
I feel like if that happened where, you know, I was going to cross the street and a Subaru came at me and almost hit me, and then I was like, you know, smacking the hood of the car, just like, watch it, Buster.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I'm about to lose my mind. Okay. So don't do this right now. I feel like I would be like, oh shit, okay. I didn't get hit. It's all fine. We'll just keep
fight
walking.
back. You wouldn't keep arguing.
Right. I can't handle anything else today. So you should keep walking and it's not a threat. I'm in a bad place. Then it's like, okay, sorry. Just watch out for people. You know, that's that word. I think we should be open to being honest and transparent.
Face. Yeah. And for me, I'm like, if you don't, I'm going to say fuck you to you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I feel like you're typically nice to people.
I'm usually nice to people, but I mean,
You have a threshold as well.
I definitely have a threshold. I mean, the other day I was like coming out of our neighborhood onto a main street, and I just pulled up to the stop sign. And I just pulled up to the stop sign, and this lady is driving down the street. I pull up, and she like slams on her brakes, and she like starts honking her horn and like giving me the bird.
What?
And like,
And you were just at the stop sign?
I just pulled. So I just rolled down my window. Like, fuck you, fuck you, get out of here, fuck you.
Scram.
Yeah, and it was just fun. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad at her. It was just like an excuse to be able to do that.
To be like a Larry David
Yeah.
kind of freak out.
Right. Ah, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, for me to do that, I'm in a bad place. But you're just having a good time.
It was great. As soon as she drove off, I was like, man,
Well,
we should all let each other do that more often.
I can't take that emotionally at all. If someone did that to me, oh my God.
I wish there was a way to signal that, like, I would like to be verbally abusive to you, and I would like for you to do the same to me.
Right.
And I would like to yell at each other with no actual animosity.
Maybe this
It's
is
just a joyous. It's not sexual.
right.
It's not emotional in any way. It's just fun.
They have
It's
those
sparring.
like breaking rooms, right? Where you like throw glass.
Yeah.
Well, they should just have that, like
Like
a
talk
place
shit
where you
rooms.
yeah, just talk mad shit
Yeah.
and like get mean, and then after you like shake hands, and you're just like, that was awesome.
Right. Like I walk in and some fat guy's like, nice hair, Johnny Bravo. And I'm like, nice gut, you fat piece of fuck. You know?
And then afterwards, you get each other's numbers, and you like play Xbox and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was a good one. Yeah.
I feel like the world would be a better place. If
It
we
would
could
be.
just have healthy. I don't know if it's I would say it's healthy.
It's healthy.
It's healthier than taking it out on a stranger.
Right.
Oof. Yeah.
Well, one thing that doesn't make people mad, and that is also good and positive,
Yeah.
is winning $5 $500 from guessing what we saw.
Yeah.
So we are lucky because this week we got 2 more guesses.
Ooh.
Thank you for guessing.
Yay.
All right, so this week we'll get into our guesses. And if you're new to this, you can guess what we saw. We saw a thing, and your job is to guess what that thing is by going to ohyeahbigtime.tv/guess and typing in your guess. The idea is that every week we answer new questions on the podcast and that you can take those answers and try to learn from them to guess ultimately what we saw. So we can answer with one of 3 answers, yes, no, and sometimes.
And we also say how many of the things we've seen this week.
To give you an idea of how prevalent this thing may or may not be.
I thought I saw 3, but I saw 0.
How is that?
I can't say.
How can you think you saw them?
Because I thought I did.
Okay. I don't think that's true.
That I didn't see any?
I think okay.
Well, I saw 1.
We were together. I've seen 3 this week.
Then that would be counting in yours if we saw some together. Collectively, we saw 3.
Collectively, we've seen 3. So, yay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we get into the guesses.
Yes.
All right. So our first guess comes from listener David. And that guess is it commonly used as a decoration?
Ooh.
That is a great question, David. And the answer, this is a hard one. Because you have to get into, well, what is a decoration?
Yeah.
But
And he said commonly. That makes it tricky.
that does make it tricky. I would say it's not commonly used as a decoration.
But sometimes.
We shouldn't give away more than that.
Isn't it?
Because that
Yes,
answers
no, or sometimes?
yes, but we can't say no and sometimes.
What did I say?
You said but sometimes.
You're saying no?
Focusing on the word commonly, I would have to say that it is not commonly used.
All right. Yeah, if it didn't have the commonly.
Well, no sometimes.
No, sometimes.
So thank you, David. No,
Thank you, David.
sometimes it is commonly used as a decoration, not sometimes, all the time.
Oh.
So that is
Sorry.
our first question of the week.
Very definitive answer.
Our next question comes from a listener named George. And that question is it a dog? Well, George, I've got news for you. The answer is no. No, it is not a dog.
We love dogs.
We do love dogs.
It's not. We didn't see a dog.
So it is not commonly used as a decoration sometimes. Also.
It's so stupid how funny that is.
And it is not a dog.
All right.
So with that information, you can go back to previous episodes if you haven't listened to them to hear previous guesses and our answer to those guesses. But so far to this day, no one has guessed what we saw.
Thank you, David and George. I said thank you to David and George.
Yeah, thank you so much for guessing.
We appreciate those guesses.
It is the light of our weeks.
It is. It's really exciting.
When those guesses come through. So I've never been so excited to give away $500.
I know. And very, very eager.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We will get there.
Maybe.
So, yeah, thank you for guessing.
Yeah.
And if you're new to that, don't be such a bashful bear.
Yeah.
Just go and guess.
That's all you have to do.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares if it's wrong?
Just guess.
Just guess. If you want us to be happy. If you don't, that's fine. But, you know.
But anyway,
So speaking of Sprouts and the angry manager, I was shopping by myself, which if you know me is kind of a big deal.
you don't do that.
I don't drive usually, and sometimes I have panic attacks in grocery stores. So this was a big deal for me, and I was checking out, and I saw, well, they're quite bendy. 2 Farmer's Almanacs.
After last week, we talked about
What did we talk about?
Farmer's Almanacs.
Oh, predicting the winter.
Predicting a very cold, apocalyptic winter time.
Yeah.
And
And by God, I saw them in the flesh.
yeah,
Which I'm really glad I didn't buy them on their website.
why is that?
Because I got them without having to shipping. Without emitting more carbon into the
A
atmosphere.
carbon neutral Farmer's Almanac.
But did you know, maybe people know that there's 2. So when I talked about Rabbit last time, because I was like, their Instagram's cool. That's from the new ones.
Yeah, so I was looking for a picture of the Farmer's Almanac to show for something related to the podcast. Oh, it was in a TikTok clip. And I noticed these 2 different covers for the same year, and I was like, why are they A/B testing?
Yeah.
Why would they be using 2 different covers? There surely can only be one Farmer's Almanac.
Not so. Apostrophes.
Yeah, the other night, so Leah brings these home,
Yeah.
and we're talking about how can they be named the same thing? And we're not quite looking at them, we're just talking about them. Then I went over to the fridge, and it hit me. It's gotta be the apostrophe. That's what they say.
That's what they say, and he didn't know that. He used his brain neurons to figure that out on his own. Because there's only one thing in the Farmer's Almanac that could be different.
If there's two things called the same thing, just remember it's gotta be the apostrophe.
I like that tail end of that. Yeah, so I was like, this one looks pretty modern. So I was like, maybe it's like from the, I don't know, 1900s at least, 70s? Not so. The old Farmer's Almanac is from 1792, and it has Benjamin Franklin. And Robert, I don't know who Robert Thomas is.
He invented the light bulb. Robert Thomas Edison. Yeah.
I just question all my intelligence in the span of it was like a car crash.
Yeah.
Because I have problems in my brain. So I was like, fuck, I thought it was Edison, but I don't even know who Tesla really is. So maybe it was Robert Thomas. 1792, do you know when farmers with an apostrophe F, plural Farmer's Almanac is?
No, I don't.
1818. That's not that far apart.
I don't like this new Farmer's Almanac.
Me neither. I was going through, like, this is so fun.
And also, even thinking about the placement of the apostrophe, like, this is a farmer's almanac.
This is for the farmer.
This is for the farmer. The
not
individual.
the collective.
The other one's like, it's almost like the farmer. Yeah.
It's for the farmers.
It's a gimmicky gag.
Like, a farmer needs this if he's going to be a farmer.
Yeah. Are you a farmer? You're going to need this. This is the almanac for a farmer.
Right.
The other one is just like shenanigans.
Secrets to fun fishing. Even at age 8, I felt like I was ahead of my time when it came to fishing. This is a blast. We won't get into it now, but there's like ads for erectile dysfunction. It's like so dated. It's a great time.
Yeah, we were scrolling through the ads in the Farmer's Almanac, for the Farmer Possessive Almanac. They're like articles. They're like these are like ads from print magazines in the 1920s. Like they're just full on articles, and they're not like paid articles. Like the ad is an article.
Yeah. don't know if I can find it now. Maybe in the future I'll read it. This is the rest of the episode. Well, just trust there's an erectile dysfunction ad in here somewhere.
Oh, I believe it. Because farmers are working so hard, they can't get hard.
This is an ad, and it's very long.
Yeah.
And that's for the reverse aging miracle. So, yeah, I was so determined because I was like, there has to be a rivalry here, right? Because you have like the LDS Church and then FLDS. I was like, someone broke up and started their own thing. I can find no drama, so I'm still on that quest.
It's got to be that Thomas Edison and Benjamin Franklin started the Farmer's Almanac, and then Thomas Edison got mad and went off and made his own.
But he didn't want to be on the cover.
Right. And he'd already sold the rights to his likeness to the farmer.
Thomas.
Yeah, to Robert Thomas.
Yeah. So he's on the internet looking for answers, and they're like our recipe for forecasting the weather is like hidden in a box at headquarters in like Connecticut or something.
It's hidden in a box?
Yeah, they have like a locked box with like the secret formula. It's like mathematical, astronomical formula that it's sunspot activity, tidal action, planetary position, which is astrology, and others. So and they purport to
Which the Farmer's Almanac is astrology for weather.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
And they say they have like an 84, 90% accuracy, and it's like closer to 50. But I mean, I feel like that's pretty good for
hell,
because this is for 2024.
The weather app is 50% accurate.
Yes. And that's hooked up in real time.
To like satellites and data.
Yeah. So I was on Reddit. We have to keep that in. That was amazing.
I hated that.
That was some real relief for you, though. That was nice.
So you were on Reddit.
I was on Reddit on Explain It Like I'm 5, the Farmer's Almanac, and then I saw an ad for Starburst, which says, how do they make Starburst taste so juicy? Maybe the fruit people give us their juiciness. So then I'm like, what is a Starburst ad doing in here? What are they? Because it's Starburst, right?
Yeah.
It's like advertising like Coca-Cola. So I clicked on it because I was like, what are they going to say, right? Because it's like, how do they make them so juicy? And it's like, Starburst are juicy because it's your saliva. Your saliva is the juice.
Yeah.
So like, what are they gonna say that?
It's not like chewing this rubber candy until it's mush. Is like making it produce the juice.
Right.
But first of all, no candy needs to advertise. I know Skittles does and Snickers does, but you don't have to advertise. Like, candy will just sell.
Yeah, I will continue to buy it until I'm dead.
We were at a gas station, and there was a candy called Rocky Road, and we're just like, okay,
yeah,
got us. And now we get them all the time.
Every time. Oh, I'm like smiling thinking
I even
about
saw one called Idaho Spud.
Yeah, we bought it for a joke.
And I was like, that's hilarious.
It was awesome.
Great. So good. I like the Idaho Spud more than I like the Rocky Road. I do.
Next time I'll get you some.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I clicked on that link. You may share my screen again. Because I'm wanting them to say like, because they can't say it's your saliva because that's gross to people. It just takes you to a where to buy page.
Where to buy Starburst?
Yeah. So it's like, where do I buy the 15.6 ounce Starburst? And it's like Amazon, Walmart.
They'd be better. Yeah, this is useless information. Of course, this is where they sell them.
Yeah, like give me a list of where there isn't Starburst.
It just says every gas station in the world.
Yeah. So I was like a little perturbed about that. So then I had Starburst on my mind. Because I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I remembered in junior high how they're like, if you can unwrap a Starburst wrapper with your mouth, you're a good kisser. And then I was like, is that a weird Utah thing or something?
I've never heard that.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I Googled it, and I was like, I didn't Google this kissing Starburst Utah. I just looked if it was a thing. And then I ended up on a subreddit for teens called Teen Advice. If you're ever mad at teenagers' parents, go on that subreddit and you'll see they're dealing with a lot of shit. It was a very sad place.
I wish you could tell them, like, oh, by the way, when you're like 22, you won't remember any of this stuff.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, I don't remember any. I remember if I actively think about it, I can muster up memories of angst in my teens.
Oh, I can
but
access
it is
them immediately.
completely wiped away.
Yeah. Not me.
Like I don't even think about it.
Me at 14 is 85% me now. Same fury.
Wow. Yeah, I got none of that.
Yeah, well, it made me feel bad being in there because teens are dealing with a lot of shit. But I was like reading the article was How the F Do I Kiss? There was like some adult in there.
If you're asking the questions, you should not be saying the F word.
Oh no, it said F.
Oh, it said F? Okay, I wish I could. Okay.
So then there's someone that gave, like an adult that gave like a really long answer.
An adult was in there?
I'm pretty sure. Otherwise,
Can't be answering these questions as an adult.
You know, the subreddit's for teens giving teen advice, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they give a long list. Maybe they're a teenager. But would a teenager say best of luck to you, wishing you a lifetime of great kisses?
No, you have to be 44 to say wishing you a life of anything.
And they give like a really long, like, lots of lubricating your lips and making hydrated. And I've gotten so many, when you practice the tongue, I don't know. There's this really long list. But then the actual teenagers chime in, right? One of them says, practice on a pillow. Or just do a more relaxed kind of peck. I don't know. I've only kissed one person that was in the first grade. So it's like, don't give advice on kissing.
If you've never done it.
And kissing a pillow?
You would see on TV, like, people would get, like, mannequins to practice on.
Yeah.
And I would hear of kids practicing on, like, inanimate objects. Like, that's not useful information.
No.
The whole mystery of the kiss is that it involves an active other person.
That's why it's so scary.
That's what makes it so. It's like, I don't know, just practice on.
Oh, hey. You're making me feel a way.
Like, you can't practice kissing anything but a real person.
I agree. Because, that's the whole stress of it. Because then, the next comment, more inanimate objects, is like, I don't know if this is still a thing, but my sister would have sleepovers with her girlfriends. I remember them all making out with stuffed bears and giving each other hickeys on their hands. When I got older, I asked my sister, how do I kiss a girl? And she told me to practice on an apple.
I'm sorry. One thing with hickeys, when I was a kid, I thought hickeys were going to be in my future and that I had to get used to this idea.
That's so true.
It was sold as though, like, hickeys are how adults are intimate.
Right. They never happened.
I think I've had one hickey in my life. And it's probably the only reason kids are given hickeys is because they're told that this is what's going to be going on as an adult.
I once
There's got to be like hickey porn though.
I'm sorry, I'm having a flashback.
There's like no one's sucking the blood to the surface of anyone's skin.
One time I put a vacuum on my, not for any reason. But I put a vacuum on me for some reason.
Just to see, because you're probably a kid.
But then I gave myself, and then everyone was making fun of me because I had a hickey. But I was like, no, it was from a vacuum, which is worse.
It is.
It's better to have a hickey.
From a boy.
That's so true, though. You think you're going to have them.
It's like quicksand. You think you're going to encounter this as an adult all the time. This is like real world stuff, these hickeys.
Yeah. And they're always on the neck.
Always on the neck.
Sogging on the neck.
Like, if you gave me, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yeah, this is to practice on an apple, which is worse than a soda can by my book. And also practice to tie a cherry stem into a knot with your tongue. You can also unwrap a starburst with your tongue. That's how I learned to kiss and French kiss. So I was validated. It's not just a weird Utah thing.
Okay.
Well, they could be in Utah.
They could be, yeah.
But
also tying a cherry stem with your tongue, well, that might give you some dexterity.
Yeah.
Which could be useful. I mean, I don't feel like with kissing, I don't think you need such precision dexterity with your tongue.
Right.
Like
that's like a sniper. I don't know. It's a lot of, you're in for a better future.
You accidentally tie your partner's tongue into a knot. Oops. And they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you practice too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety about my first. I was a late kisser, and I didn't want to try the Starburst thing because I didn't want any validation that I'd be a bad kisser. So I was like, I'm not even gonna try it.
So you were scared to
be in a room by myself with a Starburst wrapped,
and face
that I'm gonna be a bad kisser.
Okay.
So I bought a ginormous share size you haven't tried this because you didn't even know it was a thing.
I have no idea. I can't remember the last time I've even had a Starburst.
Well, we're gonna see if we're good kissers.
Oh, so we're gonna try to unwrap a Starburst. Can I have the pink one?
Yeah.
I love the pink.
I love the pink.
It's been a while. My instinct was to open this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, wrong time.
We're supposed to do this with our tongue, right?
Yes. If we're good French kissers, are we gonna race?
We're doing this timed?
I don't know. It was exciting when you thought I was.
All right.
Okay, go. Is this make a good kisser? It's just gonna sound good. It sounds like so gross for our poor podcast listeners. Are you making progress?
Mm-hmm.
You are? Mm-hmm. I can't get a single fold. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. Mine is so soggy and weird. And this time I'm just trying to eat it. Your face. I was gonna do it 5 seconds, you done in a minute. Oh, this is not looking promising. Oh my god!
Oh no! But there's the wrapper.
Yeah. Oh, time. You can make out for 1 minute and 10 seconds.
I have to get that
Why?
because I have to prove that I unwrapped
Oh
it.
yeah. Well, I'm just gonna eat mine. Well,
I had to take off my headphones to do this.
I guess I could.
I don't want you to touch it.
I don't know. Yeah.
One time as a young DJ, I had to this is proof that I unwrapped the Starburst with my
show
mouth.
9.
Yeah.
I got that much. That means I am a 12th good at kissing. Your aunt?
Well, my aunt,
I'm gonna eat this.
I was like playing in the
It's
backyard.
So soggy and weird.
You're gonna eat it?
I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I was like playing in the backyard, and my aunt was watching me at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
And I had gum in my mouth, and she's like, "Oh, you shouldn't play with gum in your mouth because you could choke on it." And she said, "So spit it out." And she held out her bare hand, and I'm probably like 5 or 6 years old, around the same time that I learned about strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just holds her hand out, and I'm just like,
You did it.
"Mm-mm." And she's like, "Just spit it out," and I'm like, "Mm-mm," because I didn't want to spit into her hand.
Yeah.
Like I thought I hated that idea.
It seems very violating.
And she like made me do it.
That's really weird. Why couldn't she get? Because she probably has like tissues or something.
Well, we were outside. I get that she doesn't have a tissue, but
Well, she's
like
gotta have something besides her hand.
why would she want me
How
to
did
do
it
that?
feel to be coerced into spitting gum somewhere you didn't want to?
I was abused as a child. So,
That would explain it.
yep. But I can, from that abuse,
Yeah.
I can successfully unwrap a Starburst in
I'm
my
never
mouth.
kissing you
About-
again.
Why?
I'm a bad kisser.
I don't think that I think
But
it's
think about, like-
sheerly size.
Think about, I have less room in there.
Yeah, I've got plenty
I
of
couldn't
room.
flip it
My
at-
mouth
at
compared
all.
to your mouth is like a normal sized garage compared to the garage I want.
Yeah, garage of your dreams. Why am I talking like that?
Yeah, and now I just want to
Nice.
actually eat a Starburst.
Yeah, do you want one?
Sure.
What color?
Pink again,
Another
please.
pinker. I think that's it.
God, I love a pink Starburst.
Me too.
What is the flavor? What are they supposed to
People
be?
were complaining. There's a pink Starburst conspiracy because like people just kept opening theirs and it was all pink. And it was
What do you
like
mean?
people just they would open their Halloween wrappers,
They'd all be pink?
all pink, and it's like, what are you fucking complaining about?
Yeah, that's the best Starburst.
Like, that's an awesome
That's
conspiracy.
the only one they should be making.
Yeah.
What is this flavor?
Does it not say anywhere?
Strawberry. Very not strawberry.
Oh, strawberry. Well, I think we should end the podcast and just keep eating these.
All right. It takes so long to chew through these
I'm
things.
gonna eat another one.
Are we actually done?
I'm done.
Okay.